Well, here we are this evening, everybody. Just ran to the yard quick to get some fuel and a little more fertilizer. And I just got back out to the field here, and I'm unfolding the planter, and I've got this field here, and that I'm working on. It's, I think, a 50-acre field. We got 20 some of it done, so I've got just say about 30 left, 25-30 left. And I got a field right across the road from me. Yeah, it's around 90 acres, and we're gonna rock on it tonight. Just gotta turn everything to go. This is on some of my dad's ground. Since I started, I planted almost 200 acres. 180 roughly. I don't know if you guys can see that. 174.6 actually, if you want to get precise. That's how we're doing here. Everything seems to be going pretty well. Just had a few minor glitches. Got one sensor that's being stupid, but I'll hopefully get that taken care of. I gotta get another sensor on the way, and then that'll be taken care of. They're just reading high once in a while. But it's right on where it should be. It's an old sensor. It's an original. That's how I know it's old, because it the way it's built is different. But you're probably wondering to yourself, well, why are you leaving a 40-foot strip there? That's what that strip is right there. It's 40 foot. That's how we do our hunting strips for pheasant hunting. I leave a 40-foot. I leave a 40-foot strip, and then when I combine, I'll leave 8 rows of corn on each side. So then it's an 80-foot strip that pheasants can be some habitat for some wildlife. And I do 2 or 3 a field on our corn fields. I plant it to milo later, and seems to be working good for us and whatnot. So we'll probably continue to do it that way. Like I said, it's about 8:45. Sun's just going down, as you guys can tell in the distance, probably over there. But yeah, this 7220 tractor, that's what I'm pulling this with. It's only supposed to be like 155 horse, but the gentleman who owned it before me had the dealership turn it up. It's just touching right at about 200 horse engine, or PTO horse, not engine, PTO horse. So it's got plenty of power to pull this behemoth. I do pull it in some pretty good hills. The first year I had my saddle tanks on here, I took my front weights off, because I figured I got all this weight on. I don't need that extra weight from the front weights, and my front end was like pulling up these hills and stuff. My front end would get light if I didn't have very much fertilizer in my saddle tank. So I went back to running my fertilizer, or my front weights all the time when I'm planting, even with the saddle tanks on. I could use a little bit more weight on the rear when I'm not folded, because I don't have any tongue weight when I'm in field. And actually, when I lift it, I've got negative tongue weight. It's not a lot, but it's enough that, you know, the drawbar tips up when you lift it. If it actually comes unhooked, it would actually tip up in the air and whatnot. But yeah, I guess night's still young. I got intentions to finish this field here, to say 20 acres here and 90 acres across the road. So that'll give me, if I can actually get that done, which is my goal, that'd give me 110 acres, I guess, tonight. So if I can average 20 acres an hour, that's 5 hours. So I guess we'll see. My monitor, if you can see that right there, is 26.5 acres an hour. I'm going 5.4 miles an hour. I did get my GPS and my speedometer. I calibrated my speedometer on my tractor now, so it's right. And I am planting about 25,000. Anyhow, I got about 5 hours of planting if I can get it done, and so it'd be don't know, we'll see. I kind of don't think I'll quite get that much done, but we'll see. I guess it's always good to have a goal, and I'm fine if I don't get done. If I get tired, I'll quit and go home and start tomorrow refreshed and stuff. But anyhow, I guess I think I'm gonna make another one of the nighttime videos here that I just kind of add to more. I mean, you guys will see a video that my son helped me record earlier of loading the planter. So we'll do that. Here's a crick that's a little soft, but you can tell when it's a little soft because I can hear. I don't know if you guys can hear on the other end. I can hear the tractor start pulling a little harder. Starts pulling the engine off of its 1800 RPM a little bit, but anyhow, I guess we'll quit this for now, and I guess we'll kind of update as the night goes on, and we'll see if I hit my goal or not. But like I said, it's be pushing it. That'd be pushing it. It takes me a long time to fill up with fertilizer and seed, so I might end up getting some of that done and deciding just to get ready, everything ready for morning, get the seed loaded, and go home and start fresh. So we'll see how I come along, and I guess you guys will be along for the ride if you want to. Alright, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks. Well, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. We're still planting. I just got filled up with seed and fertilizer. I put, what did I put in for seed? Let me think. I put in 13, so 26 bags of seed in. Then I filled up with fertilizer. I didn't have the seed in the field. I had to go grab it. I ran out. I was gonna have somebody bring it to me, and they weren't around, so I had to go get it myself. And I went and got the seed. Then I started pumping fertilizer, and then I ran out of gas in the fertilizer pump. So then luckily I had somebody that could bring me some gas for my fertilizer pump on my semi truck. But it's about 11:30 here at night, and I just got started finally. I just got the end rows done on my 90-acre field that was across the road. I've done 10 acres of it. I got my doubts that I'm gonna get it done, just because the time it took to load the seed and load the fertilizer and stuff. I really don't want to be out here half the night. They're talking good weather for a few days, so I don't want to get wore out and make myself miserable. So we'll just see how I feel. If I feel like rolling, we will roll. But if we don't, I'll stop and I'll use my own judgment. But everything's going pretty good. Had a seed tube, for whatever reason, the clamp came loose and came off, and so I dealt with that. It took about 2 minutes to do with that, and that's that. So I guess I just thought I'd give you guys an update here on what we're doing and how we're coming along tonight, and the trials and tribulations of tonight. I've got I started out with 280 and 280. Oh, so I started out with just shy of 1,600 gallons of fertilizer. Yeah, we started out with 1,560 gallons of fertilizer here, so that's enough for pretty close to 50 acres, or maybe even a little bit more. But I don't ever run out because it seems like I always get low on the opposite end of the field. So I don't make a, come to the end and get completely empty. That's just not how it seems like it works. So it is what it is. But so we got that to do, and I should have enough seed. I think I figured for the whole field. I might have to add a bag or something towards the end, but I guess we'll see. This bottom's a little soft, but it seemed to be going across it. Before we went to no-till, this bottom here, it was actually washed terrible, and we couldn't hardly drive through it. But as you see now, we haven't fixed this crick or nothing. It's just naturally filled in over the years here, and that crick, most of it is just flat. There's a couple spots that it's got a couple little holes in it, but I can plant across the whole thing and spray across the whole thing. I don't have to go around it generally. Even when it's wet, I can still cross it because it's firm enough. Back when we used to till it, we always used to sink. And before we had like the front wheel assist tractors and stuff, we spent a lot of time stuck in that creek. So I'm glad that we've gone to that no-till on the majority of the land here. It seems to be working good on that part and helping the creeks quit washing, and I don't have to fill in creeks or whatever anymore, and that's good. So, but anyhow, I guess I'm to the other end and I'm gonna whip this thing around, and I've just, like I said, I'm on my, I done 2 passes on the end and 2 passes on one side, and right there's a, you can see I had to go around REE poles. That was a fun chore. I just love them REE poles, especially at night. Just going around REE poles at night just make it so much more fun. You know, kind of like an obstacle course. But I've only got 2 fields that got REE poles in them, and luckily I done both of the fields today. The other one I done today, or earlier one of the fields I done today, it had REE poles in, and I finished her up already. So I'm done with REE poles, I think, for the year, unless something else comes up that I'm not thinking of. But I don't think I have any more fields with REE poles. But anyhow, we'll add a little more to this here later on as the night progresses, and I guess thanks for watching this long. Well, here we are, everybody. It's 1:19 in the morning. I just ran out of fertilizer here. Had to cross the road to get to my truck, and not sure if I'm gonna keep going or not. I guess I'm still feeling good, but yet it's already 1:19, and I know if I start going again, I'm not gonna want to quit until I get done. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I just thought I'd kind of throw this in here and see. I guess I'll figure out what I'm gonna do, and I guess we'll go from there. Should be good on seed. I just gotta fill with fertilizer, so it's easy to do that. Just set down everything and I guess get her done. But I'm gonna put you guys away here, because once I start the pump out there, you guys can't hear Nikes anyhow, so I'm just gonna put you back in the case. Alright, thanks for watching. Everybody, here we are again. It's 1:41. I guess I decided to keep on going. I just got started, so I don't know how long it took me to put fertilizer in. I didn't fill the whole thing, because I don't think I need, well, I know I won't need the whole thing full, and this bottom's a little soft, and I don't really think I'm gonna get stuck in it. But you know, if I don't need the fertilizer to drag around the next 2 days when I don't need fertilizer, I'm not gonna put it in. So that's that. I'm really hoping I can get done with this field. I've got 55 acres done, and I'm hoping to get it done here tonight. I think it's in about 80 something or 90 something. Guess we'll have to see. Like I said, I'm still doing good. Just bored, I guess. But I don't know if you guys can see them back there. I'll point them out, them balls. Back there, there's a couple rows of them. Or actually, they're little tubes. But anyhow, on top, you can see there's a red ball, which I'll show you guys closer. But them are flow meter balls. You can tell if one row starts. So I got a tube for every row, and there's a ball in each row. And I can tell if that one row is not putting out as much as the rest of them. So that works pretty good. That's how I monitor my fertilizer, make sure each row is getting the same fertilizer, and that system's been working pretty good for me. Actually, I'm on my second set, because my first set of them, for whatever reason, they got really cloudy and I couldn't see the ball in there anymore. It's a red ball. towards the top. But anyhow, I guess that's that system's back there for. Because sometime I'll probably show you guys that while I'm out and about, and show you guys that. But anyhow, yeah, I guess that's kind of all I got to say for right now. Still, everything seems to be progressing well. Yeah, I guess we'll keep in touch here. Alright. Hello folks, here we are. I think we're on our last pass. I don't know if you guys can see over there, but I've got corn over there, and I'm just doing the soybean ground. There's actually corn ahead of me, but this is because this was underwater last year at a slight lake bed. You can probably see some tracks out there, and I'm just going to touch briefly on tracks. I'm going to talk about them a little bit more later, but tracks aren't good at all. But there are times in fields, you know, in a field you're going to leave some tracks. My advice to people who leave tracks in no-till fields, just leave them. If you can leave them, try to make tracks with the rows if at all possible. I understand we don't live in a perfect world here, and you can't always do that, and big deep tracks that go across the way there, they can cause problems on equipment and stuff, so sometimes you got to do something. But try not to go work the tracks that you leave out in the field. Just if you give it a couple years, you know, as long as you're not out there every year making huge tracks, the tracks will slowly disappear, and it's okay. But this is my last pass. I could put 8 more rows there, but I'll just leave it and plant it to soybeans over there. I'll be okay. This field ended up, we're about 85 acres right now. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but we're at about 85, and I think for the day, I think I'm at here, we're gonna add them up. I think total I'm just shy of 300 acres, about 282, 280. So today I planted 57 plus, that beeper just telling me my hopper's getting low, so that's good. 57, and the next field I done was like 75 plus this field, which is, we just say we're gonna call it 87. About 219 acres today. Not a bad day. Have a few more days like that, we'd be done, but there'll be some breakdowns, I'm sure. This creek's still pretty wet, but I haven't had any problems getting through it yet, so. Got some mud built up on my lift tires I'm gonna have to deal with here in the morning, or tomorrow, whenever I get here. So, anyhow, I guess I appreciate you guys sticking around if you have this long. You can see the end of the field right there. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I got done today. 200 acres today, and you know, I'm my own seed guy, runner. I'm my own fertilizer delivery guy. The place I get it from, I guess, they you know, they bring it out to the farm, but I gotta go to the yard and get it. So that's that. You know, so I'm kind of a one-man band. I don't mind it, I guess. My dad and my brother take care of the rest of the farm chores and stuff, so you know, we all kind of got our place, and my place on this farm in the springtime and summertime is the farmer. I really enjoy it. I enjoy watching the crops grow. I enjoy checking fields, and just what I love to do. You know, and you guys will probably notice here, you keep watching my stuff, I do a lot of work at night. And, you know, I enjoy working. I enjoy being able to work. And someday I'm not going to be that fortunate that I will be able to work. You know, just someday just not going to work for me that I can do this kind of stuff. So I'm going to do it as hard and as long as I can while I'm able to do it. And I guess, oh boy, there's a post right there. And I guess with the days that I'm not able to do it anymore, I won't. But so that's that. And you know, another thing I like working at night because no one bothers me. I can come out here all night long, you know, and I haven't seen a person since. I left the house, my mom and dad's house, when I was headed out of the house with my cooler. I packed my cooler and I told my mom I was going out to plant, and she's like, okay. And you know, I haven't had one person bother me. I haven't had to stop to do anything except I've just been planting. But anyhow, I guess, what time is it here? It's 3:02. So I guess we're gonna call it a night here. And like I said, I appreciate you guys that stuck around and watch this with me, or watch the video. I guess not with me, because obviously I'm making it, but anyhow, I'm just gonna sit here and let the tractor cool down briefly and get going. So I guess, like I said, talking in circles now. So have a good night, everybody. Bye.